Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I think, in terms of the videos I make, that nothing can be more important than helping people catch, I don't want to say troublemakers or. There are bad people in this world. I'm just going to call it like I see it. There are bad people in this world. That means that there are people who enjoy creating chaos. There are people who enjoy ruining your day, causing you harm, doing things to you that healthy, emotional people don't do. That may seem like a really dramatic way to start a video, but I have heard so many horror stories over the past 6 years of playing this game. This is especially true in the gifting event, where you'll have people friend other people in global chat, promise them, especially if they're kids, Lord help them, to trade them a greater gifting crystal. The kid will send them the crystal, the other person will unfriend them, steal the crystal, lie to them, and they'll think it's funny, right? They'll think it's fun. They'll somehow have this twisted sense of happiness from ruining a kid's day and stealing his units, or her units, their units. Well, that is ramped up right now because we have several alliances who have reported to me and to the forums and to whoever that they're not full, right? We have people who are scrambling to get full alliances before the gifting event because it not only obviously helps to get more points in your alliance gifting event if you have the most members possible, in this case 30, but also you want good people in your alliance to go forward. I have so much respect for alliance officers and leaders because it's always like this shifting project of keeping your alliance full and happy and moving. And that's very difficult to do, especially because how many alliances have actually met in person all of their members? Like, I would really be curious. Is it even more than 1%? I mean, so many people I interact with, I don't know what they look like, I don't know what they sound like, but I trust them. I trust them in the game. That's sort of the unique community, I guess, appeal in a way. So, all this is to say, we're going to read this Skipper7 post from yesterday, December 4th, regarding awareness of people destroying alliances. And what he means is there are people who intentionally go into alliances to literally destroy them. For the average person, I would like to think the majority of people, that seems absurd. That seems crazy. That's Joker-like behavior. But some people can't be bargained with. Some people can't be reasoned with. Some people just like to watch the world burn. We see that on YouTube. We see that in real life. We see that in this game. And in this case, Skipper says, I shouldn't name people here in the forums or else my post will be deleted. So basically, a person who shall be unnamed joined my alliance a few days back. He was a throne breaker and we trusted him. So first thing I gotta say, if somebody is throne breaker, it doesn't mean you should trust him. Unfortunately, sometimes you think, oh, this person's got a stacked account. They're going to be great in terms of being like a leader in the alliance to take down mini bosses or bosses. Then you find out that they ghost the alliance and don't even log into the game, or they log into the game but they don't jump into alliance quest or alliance war. Basically, they do whatever they want to do. And so I've often heard horror stories where the people who, let's say you've got a bunch of Cavalier players and you bring in a Thronebreaker and you think, oh, this person, they're like above us. Well, that could be true, but that could be a bad thing because they could view themselves as above you and ignore you. It's actually better to bring in, say, an uncollected player who really wants to grow his account and is hungry to prove himself than it is to bring in somebody who feels like they're above you, so they're just going to use you or get a kick out of hurting you, which is the case as we continue reading this post. I made him an officer and later a leader. Now that seems pretty fast. So again, be weary of a progression determining a justification for an officer and a leader, because of course if they're an officer and a leader, the more titles and power they have, the more power they have to do bad. With great power comes great responsibility, quite literally. He then kicked everyone out of the alliance of which I've been a part of for 5 months. Every single person. My journey in this alliance started as a conqueror, and now he's Cavalier. That's exactly the kind of journey you want out of a good alliance. I submitted a ticket to Kabam regarding this issue and also told them the name of the person responsible. I hope it gets resolved soon. That person should be banned, and we must receive the alliance season end rewards we deserve. So, of course, that's also the problem is Alliance rewards, which have been delayed probably till maybe Wednesday. By the way, people are saying, Prof, why did you do a video on Alliance rewards being delayed? Because historically speaking, in the past, when a season has abruptly come to an end, within 24 to 48 hours after the season has ended, we've received rewards. That's why people are freaking out. It's not because they're just impatient, though I'm sure that has a little bit to do with it. They're freaking out because this has never happened before. So I do a video when something is historically different, not when you're following the same pattern as before, and this is certainly new, and that's why this makes sense. Skipper7 said, thank you. Now, of course, here's what sucks about it. The way that the Kabam bylaw is written, I don't think this guy's going to get Alliance rewards. Like, everybody could rejoin the Alliance now, and that person could be gone, and still, you're screwed. As Ebony Oma says, nothing can be done here. A ticket won't do anything. That sucks, but you were correct to call it blind trust. It's impossible to demonstrate authentic trustworthiness in a mere few days. And then how can you make someone officer and then even leader just after a couple of days? This is so disrespectful towards old ally members. You can't just make someone officer or leader because he is a Thronebreaker or has better roster. That's not how alliances work. Being officer or leader is a job, and it should be given to people who know and who can manage these tasks, not to just random dudes who join your alliance. I sympathize with all your ally members who will miss rewards because of this guy and because of the person who decided to make him leader. Both should be held responsible. That's the lesson, ultimately, from this video. Now, I know the person who created this forum post may not want to hear that because sometimes truth hurts, especially truth that gets people you view as friends angry and hurt and you angry and hurt. But just because somebody is Thronebreaker doesn't mean jack. If you've communicated with someone for months, especially years, in this case I guess it'd be about 4 or 5 months, I don't care if they are an uncollected member or what. If they have proven themselves, because actions speak louder than words and certainly louder than progression, that's who you want to eye to become a officer and a leader. You were tempted by this person's progression and roster to have them jump the line. You gave somebody who hadn't proven trustworthiness and loyalty that level of trustworthiness and loyalty over the people who I'm sure had earned it. Now, maybe, because there's two sides to every story, I've been in alliances where nobody wants to be an officer or leader, so maybe he gave all those people in the alliance the chance before him, and they said no, and so then this guy stepped up and said he would do it, ultimately with a plan to sabotage the alliance. I don't know. There are a lot of life lessons to learn here. And here's the thing about this game, right? This game could be gone tomorrow. My YouTube channel could be gone tomorrow. I'd be sad. Hopefully somebody out there would be sad, but life goes on. But just as sports are a great tool to learn about life outside of sports, so is this game, right? When it comes to people that you trust in real life, make sure they earn it because actions really do speak the loudest. And in this case, people may jump into an alliance wanting to just be flashy and impressive with a roster, but they haven't actually done anything to impress you. Thank you for sharing this story, though, sir. I appreciate that. And hopefully we can all learn something, especially before the gifting event in a couple weeks, because sadly horror stories like this are going to be out there if people are given the chance to sabotage things. So don't give them the chance. Be very cautious about who you trust.